Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today, well, actually a couple of days ago, when 11.4 dropped, the French Battlecruiser Early Access event kicked off. And just like previous Early Access events, we have an opportunity to get one of the high tier ships, in this case the Tier 9, the Brest, which you're watching some footage of that in the background. And wow, I had some teams. They were in fact teams. There were 12 players on my side during my little recording session for the B-roll footage back here. It's not like any crazy damage numbers or anything, but I think you guys are going to kick out of some of the matches that I had. But anyway, and that ship is a very excellent ship. I got her in the random bundles. I don't really throw much money at these random bundles anymore for the ships. It's more about getting the flags for myself, the super economic flags, because when you have to grind out XP and such to review tech lines and such as they come out, those flags make the grind very, very, very helpful. So I got the Brest that way. Again, I wouldn't recommend you guys do this like I talked about in my Brest review. It's completely not worth it. The Brest, along with the Marseille and the Cherbourg, and I forgot the name of the Tier 5, will be completely free for everyone to grind in just 2 patches in 10 weeks. So there's, again, no real need to throw money at this. But Wargaming really wants you to throw money at this particular event. Now, the title of this video is something along the lines of 82,000 doubloons for a Tier 10 ship. And yes, that is how much you would have to throw at this event if you want to completely pay your way through to get the Marseille before the full line comes out. 82,000 doubloons, potentially. And, well, actually not potentially. That is, I believe, almost exactly what you have to do if you want to get the Marseille without grinding the event at all. Because in order to get the Marseille, you have to get through the sequential bundles, which there are, 6, I think, in this set. Sorry, there are 8 in this set, and Marseille is the last one. Or to purchase these sequential bundles, you have to earn French tokens. You could do these by doing the combat missions, by purchasing the random bundles. You get a certain amount of these French tokens in each bundle, and if you buy all the bundles, all 62 of them, which cost 62,000 doubloons in total, or 1,000 doubloons in total, yeah, that's a lot of money right there. That's, I believe, in the neighborhood of $230 right there for those bundles. You will have pretty much enough French tokens to get all of the bundles, all the sequential bundles. At that point, you can then purchase the Marseille for 20,000 doubloons. Now, you could also do this with the Italian DD event, but this go round, they've added in a little bonus down here at the bottom, little bonus sale price if you buy 35 plus bundles at once. So if you invest 62,000 doubloons into this event all at once, you can save 25% of the cost, apparently. And you can get enough of these French tokens to go through the sequential bundles and get your Marseille, but you have to pay another 20,000 doubloons to get the Marseille. Which, all in all, if you didn't get the discount, you would be paying $330 for a Tier 10 Techline ship. With the discount, I believe that drops it down to around $280-ish, which, sure, that is a better deal overall, but good God, that much money for a Techline ship. Now, obviously, this is if you pay for everything. You can get a lot of what's going on in this early access event completely for free. You can get the Tier 5 in the combat missions, and then you can get the Cherbourg as the third reward for the sequential bundles, which you can totally get easily by just doing the combat missions to get the French tokens, or if you have a lot of community tokens laying around, you can exchange those for French tokens. So you can get a good chunk of this content completely for free. And sure, you might get lucky on a couple of rolls and get the Brest or the Toulon, which both are in these sequential bundles fairly early on. Could totally happen. But, man, they are really wanting players to whale in this event, adding in that sell for the sequential bundles. Now, is this a bad thing? Well, in my opinion, not necessarily. I don't like it. I think it's, of course, leaning into that heavily leaning into that fear of missing out. But there shouldn't be any fear of missing out because you can get these ships for free in 2 patches. So, yeah. Some players might see it as pretty scummy marketing and, again, trying to lean into that fear of missing out and such. But at the end of the day, you will get these ships for free if you just wait. Now, there are a couple of things to consider with this event and why they're kind of pushing for players to spend more money on the event. First off, they are absolutely a company first and foremost. They want to make money. Second off, they did what a large amount of the player base wanted them to do and shut down their operations in Russia and Belarus. And let's not forget that that included shutting down the studio in Minsk, which was Wargaming's largest studio until they shut it down. And they completely closed down the office in Moscow, and they let the studios go. They cut all ties with them, and they just let that studio go. That's a studio that they bought, invested money into, and now it's just all gone. And they've completely lost access to the Russian player base. So, needless to say, I doubt Wargaming's quarterly report for this part of the year is going to show very many signs of profit, letting 2 major studios go and 3 studios go altogether. So they may be trying to recoup some of that funds here in this manner. Now again, it's completely optional. These ships, again, like I've said 3 or 4 times already, I just really want to make this point. They're going to be free in 2 patches. Like I said in my Brest review, there's no need to go out and buy these ships right now. These aren't some premium ships that are going to leave in, X amount of patches. These are Techline ships that once they get released, they're probably going to be in the game until the server's power plug is eventually pulled in, 20 years, 10 years. Water Tanks has been around for, 11, 12 years now? So who knows? But yeah, these ships are going to be free. They're going to come out, and they're probably going to get changed. That's another thing, too, if you're considering spending money on this event. These are Techline ships. They are very much subject to balancing changes. Now, I know premium ships have been more subject to balancing changes recently, but Techline ships are changed far more often than premium ships are. And like some commented on my Brest video, the ship that I spent quite a pretty penny on getting is probably going to get changed in some way, shape, or form. It might not be for the better in the future. And that's absolutely true. So again, if you're considering spending money in the event, I'd highly discourage it for like the 4th time. But yeah. But anyway, so I don't see it as a massive deal. It is, of course, something I don't like. I think these early access events are getting kind of silly. Before, the story was, okay, we've balanced like the tier 5 to tier 8 ships, so we'll put those in early access while balancing continues on the tier 9 and 10s. That's not really word for word, but the gist of what was said when these early access events first started, I think with the French battleships. You could get up to the Richelieu in not any type of sequential bundles or random bundles, but just by completing combat missions and potentially getting them in a French battleship container. That's how you did it back in the day, and you could easily get all the ships by buying the container bundles, which were only like $90 back then, and you could get from tier 5 to tier 8. That's how the events went for a very, 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 very long time. And then they started with these sequential bundles with the British heavy cruiser event. But with the British heavy cruiser event, they also had 2 sequential bundles or 2 random bundles you could go through. One you could go through with British tokens, which you could earn for free, and you could potentially earn the exact same things and the ships in early access in that set of bundles. Or you could go through and pay for them, but you had a higher chance of getting them if you paid for them. I think that was probably the best early access event they've done until we got to the German battlecruisers, where you could earn most of the ships for free. If you wanted to get the Ruprecht, which is the tier 9, they put that one in the auction house. And that, again, you completely determine what amount of doubloons you want to throw at the ship in that case there. And that's it. I thought those events were much better than this one, and I don't like the direction that it's going. But at the end of the day, it's just paying for early access to content that's going to be free for everyone. This has been fairly common in games for some time. So does that mean it's right that it's been a fairly standard practice of games, and not only games, but anything you pay early access for? Does that make it right? I mean, companies want to make money. If you're okay with paying for early access to an item that you know is going to be either at a reduced cost, or the case of these French Battlecruisers, free in a X amount of time, that's up to you. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 40,000 subs, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Again, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.